Hi guys, Sasha from Mobile Geeks here. We are in Berlin in the Puro Sky Lounge and there's an ASUS event happening right now, and this is the new ASUS Padfone Infinity that got launched during the Mobile World Congress back in late February. We've been already publishing our hands-on video, but what I would love to do is right now to kind of compare it to some other flagship phones, especially the HTC one, just to give you an idea of the specifications of the Padfone Infinity. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to bother you with the docking station of the tablet right now, which is almost the same as the one that we saw with the Padfone 2, so they kind of changed the mechanism on the back, so it kind of turned into a slider. But let's talk about the Padfone Infinity. But first of all, what you notice, it's a beautiful 5-inch display. 1080p is the resolution. It comes with a quad-core SoC, that's a Qualcomm Snapdragon 600, clocked at 1.7 GHz. That also means it comes with a Adreno 320 GPU, which is one of the leading GPUs on the market right now. 2 GB of RAM, and there's 64 GB of internal storage that you can't upgrade with a micro SD card anymore. There's also a sealed battery in here. It's a 2400 mAh battery, which should be good to get you through the day. It's running Android Jelly Bean. Let me just check it out. I'm pretty sure it's running Jelly Bean 4. Oh, here we go. Here are the settings. Well, that's the German version, as you can see. So it's running Android Jelly Bean 4.1.2. And it's only 145 grams. And I think this is like, oh Jesus, 8.9, almost 9 millimeters thick. Now let's compare it to, in my opinion, the best smartphone that is available on the market right now. So this is the HTC One that I've been just stealing from our friends from AndroidNext.de.
The button's on top.
Well, obviously, I have, here we go, finally. That took me a while. So compared to the Padfone Infinity, the HTC One comes with a 4.7-inch display with the same resolution. That means 1080p, 1920 by 1080. That means the pixel density is a little bit higher here on the HTC One. It has a beautiful aluminum case. I just love this unibody case. The look and feel of this device is just absolutely amazing. It's running on the same processor. That means it's also a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 at 1.6 gigahertz. It weighs 143 grams. That's 2 grams lighter than the Padfone Infinity. It's a little bit thicker, 9.3 millimeters. Well, as you can see, it's kind of a little bit, curved on the back. Let's just compare this to the Padfone Infinity. There you go. And it's also running Android Jelly Bean 4.1, I would guess. Let's quickly check this out. Let's go to the settings, and here we go. Software information, Android 4.1.2, like the Padfone Infinity. Last but not least, we also have the Samsung Galaxy S3. Unfortunately, I've been running out of battery on this one, but I think all you guys are familiar with this guy. The weight is like 133 grams, as far as I know. This one is also running Android Jelly Bean 4.1 right now. The display is 4.8 inch. But it only comes with a 720p display. That means 1280 by 720p. By 720 is the resolution. It also has 1 GB of RAM and is based on a quad-core Exynos 4412 SoC. So let's say one generation behind in terms of the SoC compared to the Padfone Infinity and to the HTC One, which is, the Qualcomm architecture is not really an ARM Cortex A15. It's a kind of mixture in between a Cortex A9 and Cortex A15, while the Exynos 4412 here in the Samsung Galaxy S3 is definitely an ARM Cortex A9. Well, last but not least, what about this fella over here? That's a Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Definitely a little bit bigger, just to give you an idea of this. So this is based on a 5.5-inch display. Once again, 720p. Once again, a Super AMOLED display, while this one is, I think they're using a Super LCD 3, as far as I know. In terms of the rate of this is 108 180, I think 180 or 185 grams. Of course a little bit thicker. Well, right now it's kind of stuck here in this case. Let's see if I can quickly get it out of there. Here we go. I think this was like 9 millimeters or something like this. So look at the difference here. It's not much bigger, considering that this is half an inch bigger, the display itself. Well, last but not least, let's talk a little bit about the build quality of this device, because what I really love about the Padfone Infinity is just this amazing unibody case, and in my opinion, this is the most beautiful smartphone right after the HTC one. Actually, I'm not even sure. Is the HTC one the better looking one? Is the build quality better? I think it just shows you what these two huge Taiwanese OEMs are capable of building. So that was a quick comparison of the new Padfone Infinity from ASUS with the HTC one, with the Galaxy Note 2, and with the Samsung Galaxy S3. I'm not going to compare this to my Nokia PureView 808, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm Sasha for Mobile Geeks.